Hello everyone. We are going to start again with the in continuation with our class on Python on our Python class. Okay, so we have already discussed about few of the items like why do we need Python, what is the use of Python, this and that, whatever we whatever the basics, and we also saw with the help of a sample code. Now is a time to get more into Python, more into Python. Feature of Python we are going to take. So now for few classes, okay, we are going to go with we are going to go with for few classes we are going to go with very theoretical, but you don't have to worry. Okay, you don't have to worry more much on this. Okay, features. So, as we have already discussed on this, right? So, the feature, first foremost feature of Python is very simple. Simple to understand. Simple to understand and learn. Why it is very simple to understand and learn? Okay, we already gave an example. If you see, okay, so how I wrote. Say, I'm taking a short example. Short example of if, okay, if x greater than mm, if x greater than 10, okay, or let me do one thing. Simple one. This function we are going to take in a later class. Say a equals x colon x into 2. Say we are going to go this through this print something a. Let's see what it is going to print. Okay, so it says like this is a lambda function should be so it is giving the value of the lambda function. Okay, it is very simple. Okay, now the same thing if I take in a function, same thing if I go ahead and take in a function something. Okay, or let's do so very basic what we did yesterday with respect to with respect to 10 comma 20 comma 30 something. Okay, and then we want to go for then we want ahead. Let me refer. Okay, so if simply I want to go with I in x. Okay, I in x. Okay, and then I want to print I. So if you read this, what do you find? You find like if you see in the console here, okay, if you see in the console here, you will find like it is very straightforward code. It is very straightforward code. We are not writing any such business logic, any such huge, no parenthesis, no such big coding, We don't have to specify something, or we are not going to declare anything with a variable or something. Okay. So it is very simple, and it is as simple as we are reading an English terminology. Okay. The syntax are very very simple. The syntax are very very simple. Going further, we are going to deep dive into each and every syntax. Okay. Next feature is, it is open source. Open source. What do you mean by open source? So if you see, when I downloaded Python, remember, I downloaded Python, right? When I downloaded Python, did we pay something to the Python? We didn't pay anything to the Python people. Okay. We just went ahead and we downloaded the latest version, 13 point something. What version we download? 3.416 dot something to something. Okay. If you quickly want to check Python minus version 13 3.14 dot 3.14.6. This is the version that we downloaded. So when we downloaded and installed, we do anything? No, we didn't do anything. We didn't do anything. We just downloaded and we were using open source, then freeware. Freeware. Okay. Open source, sorry. Mhm. Sorry. So freeware means we are not going to pay anything in place of this. Open source means you can support will be there from Python, first of all. Okay. From python.org and you can make any changes to the framework. Okay. And next is like freeware. There is no money that you are going to charge. Okay. Now other is foremost thing. It is dynamically typed. Dynamically typed means simple. Say, if I can print something, x equals Nishant Tiwari classes. Okay, then what I do? Print x. Okay, again x equals 10. Okay, again what I do? I'll print the value of x. There is no semicolon, this thing not needed. Okay, next x equals 10.0 if I say. So you might be able to understand what is this. Okay, we'll run it later and I'll show you if you see this. Hmm. So what is this type? If I say what is this type, this is a string type. Okay, what is this type? What is this type? What is this type? This is int type. Okay, and what is this type? This is float type, isn't it? But did we define anything here? We didn't define anything here before the indexes. Did we define? No, we didn't define anything here. Hmm? Generally, if you go in Java, you have to go ahead and write a string. Okay, then here you have to write integer. Here you have to write float, something like that. Okay, but did we define anything? No. Let's run it. Let's run it. Fine. Please observe. Please observe very carefully. If you can find here, this is a string. Only one identifier, only one variable. If I can say x, only one variable x. X is been used here as a string, here as a integer, here as a float. So there is no concept of data type. Kind of, I can say. Okay, there is no concept of data type to be defined. Okay, you don't have to define anything. You don't have to define anything. Okay, you don't have to define anything. Okay, same x is been used here as a string. Okay, let me take one more example. Let me take one more example. It will be very much easier for you to understand. Say y equals learn Java and Python. Okay, learn Java and Python. Go ahead, go ahead, print y. Okay, again, if I say y equals 10, 11, 12, 13, like that. Okay, then I say for hmm, I in y, I in y, and you can print I. Okay, are you observing? Do you observe here? Okay, now again, if I say y equals something, something, my name is, my name is Nishant. Okay, I'll go ahead, print of y. Okay, let's observe what we are getting. Do you see here, learn Java? Okay, so if you see now, what is this? This is nothing but a string. This is nothing but a list. This is nothing but, this is nothing but a character. A character, right? No, it's not a character. It's not a character. Let me show you quickly. Someone, if he feels like this part, this part is a different, this part we have defined as character. No, we are not defined in character here. Okay, this is also a type, this is also a way where we define a string str. Okay, we can define a string in three ways: double quote, single quote, and triple quote. Okay, all these are the way where we define string str. Okay, there is no concept of character. There is no concept of character in Python. You need to understand this. Okay, happy? Okay, so if you see, we have not defined any. Okay, For your easy, let me let me check something. Let me check something. Let me print. Let me print something. So just to make you more aware, I am printing the value of. What I am doing is I am printing the value of y. I am printing the value. What is the type? Okay, nothing but type. Okay, so if you see, let's print and see what is the type. Learn Java with Python. Okay, the first part, what we are getting. What we are getting is learn Java with what is this? Type str. Type str means string. Next, if you see this part, line number 5, when we are checking for y, what is the type? The type we are checking is of type list. Of type list. Okay, of type list. Next, when we are going to check here, do you see? This is also type list. Now, but sir, you said like three ways we can define, three ways we can define. We can define in three ways. Okay, let me show. Let me show quickly. Hmm, let me show quickly. We are here to learn Java. Learn Python, not Java, sorry. Not Java, but Python. Okay. What I am doing is let me remove all this thing. Okay. And now we are taking this. Now we are taking this. So double quote, single quote, triple quote. Let me see. Let me see. Hmm, let me run and show you. Okay. So if I show you here, if I show you here, okay, learn Java and Python. Okay, type string. Okay, learn. My name is Nishant. My name is Nishant. What is the type? Type is string. We are here to learn Python. What is this type? This type is also string. Are you okay? Happiness. Okay. So I showed a string can be defined in this many type. Okay. Some people may think triple double single code means character. Triple code means there is no concept of triple code in other languages. We have only this triple code concept in Python. Okay. So let's come to our topic, dynamic property. Okay, dynamic type. Okay, we are not defining any type here but a specific. If you see, we are getting all type. At runtime we are going to get this. At runtime it is going to define. Okay. Something like that. Now remember, in our olden days when we were in school, right, we have learned one concept. Hmm. Say, definitely, if today is an exam of history, today is an exam of history. Okay, what we used to do, and we forgot to study history. We forgot to study history. Okay, and suddenly we went to the examination hall. We went to the examination hall we got the paper of history. In place of history, we have studied mathematics. Okay, sometimes there are occasions where this thing has already occurred up to many student. If you remember, hmm, you haven't studied history, but in place you have studied mathematics. Okay, you don't know, there might be some date mismatch. Okay, say say on 10th you had exam of history, on 12th you have exam of mathematics. Now you are so stressed about mathematics that you have studied mathematics, you forgot like today is the exam of history, not mathematics. Hmm? A kind of swipe. So definitely when we are in college, there will be few studious student, right, who are very much studying every day. They are studying something, even at the time, even at the gate of the examination hall. Even at the gate of the examination hall, they will be having their notes. They will open the notes. Akbar, Babar, what? Okay, Humayun, everything they are going to study. Okay, they will be revising, and people sitting outside, they will be thinking, this guy is very intelligent. This guy is very intelligent. So you have one of your friend like that. Okay, suddenly when you come out of the auto, when you come out of the auto and that friend, you see that friend, oh hello, how are you, man? Yeah, doing good, man, no problem. How are you? I'm also doing good. So immediately you will be asking, okay, did you remember how we are finding the value of x? How we are finding the value of x, say with Pythagoras? Then that man will turn to your face and say, Pythagoras, man, today we have exam of history. Now you are surprised. Now you are surprised. You don't know how to behave. You don't know how to behave. Okay. So this person will be nothing but he will say, okay, don't worry. We'll do one thing. Okay. Then he will be, Array, I am in full tension, man. I have studied mathematics throughout. I have not studied one single chapter in history. Okay, don't worry then. He will call two, three friends. Ah, man, this person has studied history. This person has studied mathematics. He was not knowing that today we have exam of history. Okay, suddenly everyone will be start laughing. Okay, then after some time, as your close friend, right? After some time, this person will say, "Oh, don't worry. Let's do one thing. See, quickly, what you do is you take this chapters. Hmm. This chapters, or do one thing. Whatever we have revised, this is the revised notes. Just you go through once. Just you go through once. So you get some note from Suresh, some notes from Ramesh, some notes from Raju, some notes from someone else. Two, three persons you got combined notes. Okay, then you are just revising, you are picking one line each from their notes. Okay, and now you went to the history room. Now you went to the examination room, you have prepared a very good note, just you have prepared a very good, sorry, notes in your brain, and now you are just writing, you are framing your own concept, just you are using those concept and you are just framing your own words and you are putting. Okay, so there itself you are pass, there itself you are nothing but pass. Okay, same thing with Python, same thing with Python. Okay, see this concept. Python got few, got few, got first concept of fundamental. Oh, sorry, not doing fundamental. Functional programming. Functional programming with, from where did this person pull functional programming? From C. Okay. Next, this fellow, next this fellow took object oriented programming. From where did this took object oriented programming? From C++. Hmm. Third, now this fellow took scripting. You know, we can do scripting with Python also. Okay, we can do scripting with Python. From where did this person took scripting is Perl and Perl and shell scripts. Generally Perl. Generally it took from Perl. Okay. Fourth is nothing but modular modular programming. Module wise programming. What, from where did this person took the module wise programming concept? Modula 3. Okay, so the feature of functional programming, Python took the below feature from the programming languages. The programming languages. Okay, if I can write this, did you get my concept right? Functional programming, it took the feature of functional programming from C language. Oops means object oriented programming. Some people will say object oriented programming. Object oriented programming. From where did this person took the object oriented programming concept from? C++. C++. Object. We will go deep dive into object oriented programming also. So the object oriented programming was taken from, oops concept was taken from C++. Scripting, if you know, we used to write scripts. Okay, Python can be used to write a script also. Okay, you will be finding shell scripts, different type of, you are calling your API within the shell script, so that it don't have to write these things again. Okay, so this thing came from Perl. Okay, module wise programming, it took from where? It took from module 3. Okay, modula 3. Happiness. Now we can write the next. Simply we can write the next of next is okay. So did you understand? Okay. Now you can say it's object oriented as well as functional. Okay, it is object oriented as well as I can say like object oriented as well as functional. Now, one more thing it took from, when you say object oriented, okay, it took from C. Okay, object oriented it took from C++. Again with C++ only, it took one more feature, that is platform independent. Platform independent. Okay, platform independent means say today I have written this program in the Windows. Okay, in Windows we have written this program. Now if I want to run the same program in say Mac, or if we want to run the same program in Linux, okay, we want to run the program in Unix, Linux, okay, Do we need to write with respect to Unix, Linux? Do we need to write? Do we need to change the syntax or this program? Once we have done here, we have run, we have interpreted, it has been successfully giving result. Do we need to create a similar kind of program for Linux, or we can reuse this program? So remember, we can definitely reuse this program. There is a no platform dependency. There is no platform dependency. You are not going to be dependent upon the, you know, platform. Okay, in place, it is very, very easy just to take this same, just to take this same program, and you can execute anywhere. You can execute anywhere, so you don't have to worry about platform. So platform independent. Okay, now there is one more concept. If someone has studied Java, if you are knowing about Java, how do we compile Java? We compile Java with Java C, Java C. Then our, say, we have a test class, test dot Java. This is how we compile. This is how we, if I can say, compile Java. This is the way to compile Java. Okay. Once we compile, we have to interpret, interpret it, interpreted through, interpreted through Java test, interpreted through Java test, something like that. Okay, this is nothing but a class name. This is nothing but a class name. Okay, so this is interpreted through Java test. Okay, there is no concept. There is no concept of. There is no concept of. No concept of compiler. If I can say no concept of compiler in Python. What do you mean to say this, sir? Why there is no concept of compiler in Python? There is no compiler in place. Once this interpreter internally take care of the compilation. Interpreter interpreter take care of the compilation internally. Okay, happy. So there is no concept of compiler, but interpreter take care of the compilation internally. Compilation internally. Who is going to take care? The interpreter. Okay, remember, remember, this is the core concept. This is the core concept. Okay, that is the reason. That is the reason Python is performance wise. Python is slow. Performance wise, Python is slow as compared to Java, C++, etc., etc. Okay, compilation wise, performance wise, it is a bit slow, a bit slow. Okay, why, sir? Why compilation? Either you go ahead compile, or you go ahead with the interpret. Internally it is going to compile. No, sir. No, sir. What it is going to do? What it is going to do? Now, if you see, compile interpreter compiles line by line, one line at a time. If you see a program here, if you can come here, say this is our program. So it is going to take one line, next this 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 line. Say if I make some issue here, hmm, all right, if I make some problem, if I create here, okay, and I go and run, definitely, definitely it is going to throw an error. Okay, it will say there is, you need to close this parenthesis, you need to close this parenthesis. Okay, you see this, second. Hmm. So it takes line by line, and definitely you see, once we have removed this, okay, it's a kind of syntax issue, it's a kind of syntax issue. And now when you run, it is going to take and it is going to compile. Okay, so it is going to take line by line. That is the reason we are going to have a problem with the compiler, with the interpreter. So next feature is interpreted. Interpreted. So the best form of open source, the best form of open source, if I can say, the best feature of open source, if I can say, hmm, is you can have your own, you can have your own Python version, you can have your own Python version. Okay, Python version. Say today you want to go ahead with a Python version of NPython. NPython. Definitely, you can go ahead, create NPython. Features will be defined by you, and you can do. Okay. Few of the example that I have is Jthan. Jthan. Okay, Java plus Python known as Jthan. Okay, you can go Nthon or Npython, whatever you want, you can create your own. Okay, there will be a chance that you can create your own Python version. So these were the very clear feature of Python. Okay, so these are the very clear feature of Python. Mm. I hope this class will be very this class is helpful to you a bit. I'm not feeling that comfortable that well. We are having some cough and cold, so I'm sorry for the low voice. But yes, we have to take this class every day. Okay, this class will be definitely on you for you on Nishant Tiwari classes. Okay, Shantiwari classes. Okay, definitely this class will be there. Okay, no matter whatever it is. Timing for this class will be soon live at 8 p.m. Okay, not that 8 p.m. Okay, now next is when you are going to get the videos recorded videos by recorded video by nothing but 9:30 p.m. Okay, definitely. Okay, all the best, and thank you for staying. Thank you for your learning. Keep studying, keep good work. Okay, enjoy.